Hi everyone. Please share us with information. I think say us, tell us how you can hear us and see if everything is okay. Today is a, let's say, special live because we need to handle once again in the old style without Mikołaj. But we will see. Today with us is Maciej Orłosz,
Hi everyone.
our community manager, Mateusz, our front-end developer.
Hi guys.
There is a big chance that David, who is our backend developer, will join us in a few minutes, and as well, like always, Bartek here, project manager. And yeah, so I think we can start. Maciej, what we have today from your side and anything?
Today we're gonna give a brief recap. As you can see on our platform, there is more and more stuff coming in, really good insights. I saw that there's a few analysis on the stock and also on the companies. We are working now with three major vendors that could possibly have good insights on our platform. One will be related to the Senate trading, inside trading from the United States. The second one will be crypto related, and the third one will be related to the trading of the securities asset as well the information how the funds are trading. So expect that information to popping on our platform soon. And yeah, later on I will announce the listing of the listing of the Uniswap. And yeah, so now we can, I think, proceed with the stuff that Bartek prepared for us. We can see what are the news and what are the
Yeah. So like you mentioned, I think that we will start with what Mateusz just prepared. And so yeah, Mateusz, could you share with us your screen and tell more about the hashtags, right? Because we improve a little bit the usability of hashtags in our application.
Yeah, of course. So starting by some boring, let's say, code, I just want to show you a pretty simple thing because as you remember, we didn't in our application, we didn't really have a dedicated hashtag view, but now we do. It's pretty simple and it's displayed after you click on a hashtag, either in a bait or in the popular hashtags tab. And it displays you like the basic info about the hashtag and also all the baits that use this hashtag. So in terms of functionality, there is nothing new really, but in terms of the looks and how it works, it's a bit different. So as you can see, it's a pretty simple design. You can I will show you later how this looks like in our app, but yeah, it's pretty simple. It displays you the name of the hashtag, the baits count. You can now follow the hashtags, which is a new function, and also in the user profile view, there is a new section because before there was the user baits, followers, and following, and now there is also like a section with followed hashtags, so you can see which hashtag the user follows, which hashtag do you follow, and you can follow them, unfollow them, and do everything from there. And you can also, of course, click on the hashtag and it will take you to the hashtag view. And you will see all the info about the hashtag there and all the baits, of course, that use this hashtag. Yeah, so that's basically it. And now I can show you how it looks in our application. So here we have our Tor sandbox app, and now we can click on a hashtag like hashtag anaconda, and it will show you like the hashtag, how many baits use this hashtag, all the baits that use this hashtag, and we can also like follow this hashtag. And we can see the most popular baits and as well the newest baits that use this hashtag. Yeah, so that's it. And there is like this, as I mentioned before, our newest section with followed hashtags, which displays Anaconda here. I can unfollow it from there and you can see no followed hashtags found. Yeah, and it works with every hashtag. And also our most popular hashtags section is a bit different, but it still works the same. So it's only like a change in terms of looks. Yeah, and that's it.
Okay, so thank you very much, Mateusz. I can see that David just joined us, so let's quickly just go through the rest of the changes that we added in the application, and I want to add a few things about what already just Mateusz mentioned. So if you look on a everything is fine with sound. Sorry. So if we look on this, why we added that? Because maybe there is a question that most popular and newest baits under this, for example, scam hashtag, right? First of all, like you maybe remember, we always mention that the hashtag will be the object that will aggregate and add all the other things in application in one place. So thanks to the hashtag, for example, you can imagine hashtag SMP 500 as a hashtag that you can find groups related to this hashtag, the users related to the hashtags, and then of course the baits related to this hashtag. And right now you can see that here is the space for more tabs where you will in the future you will be able to find the users with this hashtag, the groups with this hashtag. Right now we are focusing on baits, and we allow you to follow that hashtags because it will allows you to, for example, reduce not only to the specific users, but for example to allows you to get faster information about the markets or maybe the the companies or so on that you are interested in, but in a wider range of the information, right? So if you follow the hashtag, you will receive in the followed tab all the information about from this hashtag, not only the from user that you followed, right? I think it will be useful and it will be great to have that. It will allows you to, let's say, pre-followed all the things related, for example, to markets that you're interested in, and the things that it will be knowing on more faster about everything. And the next step in this way is we want to add here the notifications for objects, right? So there will be option to make a notification that, for example, you want to receive information about fast trending baits in under this, for example, hashtag. And thanks that you'll always will know and you will receive the notification, the message when something that will happen, and you need to actively searching for something, then system will help you to get this information. Let me quickly just look on my list. Oh yeah, so there is, we're still working on adding the coins to the application, right? But we are still adding something that I think it will be improving a little bit the graphics side of the application. So if you look on edit profile, there is option to add the background for your account. It will help you. Maybe there is banner about yourself. Maybe there will be information about the things that you are posting or so on. This function from other social medias, for example, from Facebook, right? For Facebook groups. In the next step, we want to add the avatars and the backgrounds as well for how it's called, the for groups, right? So groups as well will have the backgrounds and the avatars. So if I click and save that right now, it should add right now. I think I said something with my connection. Okay. And what else? Like always, you can, if you have any comments, you can always, comments and questions, you always can add this on the chat on live, right? Okay, so as well, like you, based on your request, like always, we always want to make one request from the community to to add something new. There was always information that there is so hard to find the groups that you are owner. So first of all, we add the badge that will appear next to the name of the groups that you are the owner. So I think it will be useful, and it will be, and the badge will be visible on all tabs that you have available in the groups. So first of all, you can see the main, right? The main page, the main search group tab will have that. So if I search that by the name or so on, okay, I need to find my group right now, but maybe it will be faster to, for example, find number counts. Yeah. And as well, if you can find, as well, like you have the list of the groups that you're belonging, right? There is a owner as well, the badge, and still we keep the tab only for groups that you are the owner. Maybe in the future this tab will disappear, but right now we want to keep that as it is. And yeah, and like you can see, we are as well, maybe in the next few days we will add the additional changes in the logic of the encrypting the messages, encrypting the messages on a chat with the users. But I think that right now, without changes in the application, it will be hard to present that. But there will be something that you will receiving the request to sign your seat, and you will have the keys inside your application to sign and create encrypted information all over the application, right? And maybe you remember in the past it was using this logic was connected with MetaMask decrypt function, but we don't want to be, let's say, dependent on a MetaMask, and we want to allow users to encrypt their data as well if there is, for example, MetaMask connected with the Ledger or with Trezor. So in that case, we find a different solution. You will signing the seed of your key every time, and then based on that, we will creating the keys that allows you to encrypt your data in application, right? And yeah, so this is all what we are working right now. And yeah, I think that David, are you here with us?
Yes, hello everyone.
Yeah, so
I don't know if you hear me.
Yeah, loud and clear, David.
Okay, wait a second. Okay, everything. Okay.
Okay, guys, so let me just quickly introduce David. David is our backend developer, the Django, one of the most experienced guys in our team on that side. And I think that, I don't know, David, maybe you'll tell a little bit more about you yourself and the background. And
So, well, my name is David, as Bartek said, and we are working on our backend for the BSD platform. And what can I say more? I'm responsible for, let's say, in the last week for optimizing some things in our backend, such as sorting memberships or something like that, and more about optimizing query sets to our database, so everything will work faster. And I have, let's say, a 6-year experience in Python, so I think I know something, let's say, like that. And well, I think that's it. I can say I am happy to work here with all of the coworkers, and yeah, that's it.
yeah, I think that David is good to mention that you and Krzysiek, that were your best friends, right? Who joined with you to our project. You added a very big thing to our development. I mean, in our code, right? You improve our code quality by adding all the tests, right, on the backend. And I think that it's good to say why it's important to keep the test on the backend side, and we are making sure that everything works fine before we deploy something to the production?
Sure. Let's say we focus on integrity tests because they're let's say it's the cost is low. Okay, so everything, if we change something in the code and the test is written well, we don't need to change the test to check out if our result is correct, let's say. So yeah, after my experience with unit tests and all of that tests that I've written in the backend side in other companies, I say that this approach is the best approach in my opinion, because you have control over everything. So you aren't scared to change something. Let's say you don't need to worry about that the production is gonna, I don't know, blow up. So yeah, that's it. I don't know what to say more.
I just agree with you because, like you mentioned during our discussion in the team, right? And our specialist from security just said the 80% of the breaches in the application is because of the mistake in the code, right? So thanks that we can reduce that risk, just make sure that everything is fine without pushing something unprepared, right?
Yeah, you have different scenarios for different, I don't know, how it's called, flows. So you can test your code in different workflows. Let's say if, I don't know, if someone tries, let's say about, I will give you an example about the hashtags that Mateusz was talking about. We can give you a scenario when we try to access the hashtag endpoints, let's say, as an anonymous user that's not logged in and a logged in user. So we can test if the result is that the hashtags aren't allowed to be viewed if you're not logged in. And if you are logged in, then you want to see your hashtags. So that's, I don't know, the two simple scenarios that we can easily test out, and we don't need to, I don't know, think about it, let's say, and because the code in Python is written very close to human language. So you just look at the code and you know what's going on in there. So that's it.
Could we just, I mean, can we run some tests right now for everybody on the live, or there is any option?
I'm not really on my working station right now because I was in a hurry to join you guys.
No worries. Okay, so maybe next time, David, I want to,
sure.
because I think that is great, because maybe you don't realize that I'm just working in some of the many projects, and I know that, for example, this is the very big thing for some of the developers and for us for sure. First of all, we want to make sure that everything is secure, right, and is prepared for you and so on. And as well, it allows us to quickly assume where is the problem, right? If something bad happened in the test, we know where to looking for solution. We don't need to, let's say, digging the whole code to find the place that it doesn't work, right? So this is why it's improving, and thanks that I think it's one of the factors that allows us to deliver so much functionalities in the short term, right? Because, in the short period of time. Okay, guys. So Maciej, I think that we can move to the marketing part, right?
All right. So the big announcement I have for you, as some of you might hear from our founder Rafał Zalski today on our Telegram channel, the listing on the uni will be on the 6th of September. That's the official and the last day that you're gonna hear. It's not gonna be changed in any way. And so yeah, you can expect the token landing at the same day. I'm not sure if we're gonna expect to launch the DApp previously to deploy the tokens to the owners before that, but yeah, there might be some changes with the token release, but the token listing will remain unchanged. And of course, with that, we're gonna have the CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap every platform that's our token gonna be listed on, it's gonna be presented to you, and yeah, you're gonna have access to it for sure.
Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, please share this question with us in the chat. If you have any questions, for example, from Mateusz, who is partly one of the people who is responsible for frontend, or to David, to ask anything about the backend, feel free to ask. And this is a great opportunity to have, you know, the both guys from both sides of the application. And yeah, let's
If
wait.
you have any question, you can ask them as well in Polish. It doesn't matter for at this point. We'll be happy to answer them also in Polish.
Yeah, so there is a comment that we are boring. Yeah, guys, you know, if you are not the tech guy and you don't like to watching all the time the code and new functions, then you don't see that, you know, we are loving what we are doing. So this is why we are talking about the code. And like we said, this is the meeting, the dev of the whole dev and hodlers meeting, right? We want to show you what we are achieving through the week, right? We are sharing how we are working on the code, because, you know, you don't know how we just, for example, dealing with the problems, or we are reducing the risk of the issues and something like that. So this is why we are sharing our knowledge, our experience, what we have on the application. So maybe for some of you is boring, but I think it's good thing to say that in loud, because it's creating the transparency, right? We don't need to hide anything, right? We are talking about everything. We are showing you the code. We are talking about the issues, the problems. We know where to mention that for example, right now something is not like we want to in the future, but we deliver that because we know that this is important, and so on. So this is why this meeting is for you, not for us, right?
Yes, and it's important to mention that all the people see the value differently. And right now, here you can see that the value that we put in the tool itself, not necessarily about the token or anything around that. Our value is our tool. Don't buy our token, use our tool. And that's the point we want to get to you all the time, you know. That's where we want you to see the value, not in the token itself, but in the project that we are developing, the game changer, the platform, the information market, and the futurist trading platform that's going to be here sooner than you think.
Okay, guys, I think that is a good question. I think that we already answered that in the past, but maybe it's worth to mention, because there is a question if we have any analytics tools like Google Analytics in our platform to collect the data about the users.
So allow me to answer that question, because it's my area of, let's say, expertise. So we do not have any analytics. We do not gather your data. We basically even can't gather any data, even if we wanted to, because you are using Tor browser, and all we could possibly gather is some info about your exit node that we can't really do much with. So yeah, we don't gather any data, and we won't. Yeah, that's like part of our founding principles, to not gather any data, so the users will be as anonymous as it's possible, right?
Yeah, so maybe David can confirm what I want to do right now. Say, guys, we only using the things that you are creating an application, right? The debates, your reactions, the comments, everything that you want to share with everybody in the application in our social platform, right? And based on that, we are creating, for example, the reputation. We are creating the trending algorithm that is, you know, scoring debates based on your reaction and comments and so on, right? But everything is based on your action application, but it's not based on your preferences. It's not based on your system, on your, I don't know, the location, the language you are using, anything like that, right? So it's quite hard for us sometimes to, let's say, aim the good information to you, like for example Google or any other platforms you're using, because they have the gigabytes of data about you, and they know what you are, they know that you prefer dogs among the cats, for example, right? Or you want to read more about the cars or stock market instead of the food or something else, right? But we don't have information like that. We only have, and you, for example, you are living in big city and so on, right? We only try to collect the information, use the information that we have on the platform, and this is not the Google Analytics, it's more like reusing the data that we have in the database, right? Right, David? You can say like that.
Sure, I agree with you guys. We don't even have any information about you particularly. So let's say age, first name, last name. We don't collect any sort of data like that. Like Bartek said, Google collects almost everything, I think, even everything, voice chats, or I don't know, when you search in your Google engines something, they collect that data. If you want to buy a washing machine, they'll show you washing machines. So we don't do anything like that. And like Bartek said, we only base our search engine, let's say, in our platform only on your actions. And that's why we sometimes will not show you the correct information, but we are trying to reduce that probability.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the follow-up question that about the UX and UI design, because how we want to analyze the user behavior on a platform, based on UI, only based on the feedback that we received on the Telegram, or we want to use any tools, for example, to create the heat map, right, where the user is clicking or searching something. And let me answer this question. We're afraid, let's say, to use tools like that, and we don't want to, because it will be some part of collecting the data that can be vulnerable, can say how you behave. Because, for example, if somebody is good in the social engineering or something like that, you can, by behavior on the platform, you can just, create the profile about the user, and we don't want to that. We can reduce the amount of information that it will that will help to identify your you as a person, right? So this is why we don't want to use that. We have UX and UI designers in the team, right? We know how to check that, and as well we are we are using this platform as well. So we try to, let's say, by experimenting, just get the new good solutions for our functionalities. But like you maybe imagine, some of the functions that we are using, they are already existing for the long time, for let's say years on the market. Like, the reaction, you can just say that it is like a like on a Facebook, right? The comment section, the feed section of the base, right? It's like a wall you can scroll. So this is everything that we well know from the years, and I think that we don't, let's say, inventing the wheel from beginning, right? Let's say I'm inventing the wheel once again. So any other, how to create a wallet with BSB token which is not linked to another wallet with personal data. Okay, so I think if in the future, let's say like that, there is option to Uniswap to buy tokens and receive them on a different wallet without making the connection between the wallets, right? But I think that if you know where to search, you should find a solution for that. I don't encouraging you to creating the data that can't be connected with the person, right? You should be you can't break the law, so on. So I don't know how to answer this question better. I try to translate the comments from Poland to Polish to Poland. From Polish to English. So Okay, so there is a question about the, I think that maybe Maciej, I will help you with that. There is a question that how we want to, let's say, increase the number of the users on a platform, right? You can just imagine, sorry, you can just saw, I think in a few days ago, Maciej had a very big and hard Q&A session on a gem collectors channel in the Telegram, right? You can Maciej say more about it, I think.
Yeah, so we had an AMA session. I think it's a really good one because we raised the brand awareness, but this type of doing show us that it not necessarily target the audience that we want to reach out, because basically we not want to reach the audience that only interested in the tokens in the first place. We rather reach the people which are interested in our platform and the information that is posted there. So the question is, how do we increase the BigShortBets brand awareness around the globe? So basically, we are right now we are creating information channels to reach the international audience. It's not necessarily going to be the YAMA session on the Telegram, but we are trying to reach people that can help us reach the international audience, both in Eastern Europe, in Europe, Asia, and so on. And thus, it's going to be helping us reaching international community. And together with that, we are trying to raise our brand awareness in the dark web. This thing is a bit hard because it's a dark web, so it's not necessarily have the normal information distribution channels that can be found on the main and that every one of us they are using. And of course, we have to be really careful there to not get exposed too much, to remain secure and anonymous as we can be. But yeah, this is the one part of the raising the international awareness. The second part, however, it is more important. So if we will make it that our platform would provide very valuable information, for the value of the information will be higher than the value that you have to put to get the access to the platform. Basically, that will create the value that will attract the users itself. And later on, we're going to rely on the word of mouth. And yeah, we have also some of the I would say not standard marketing actions that could help us reach the international audience as well. As you can see, I don't know if you get familiar with it, but as far as I follow the Polish media, I think there was some quite big information about the leaks that are happening on the BigShortBets. I don't know if I saw this in a few, even on the radio, someone said it. I don't know, this is the kind of stuff that we are expecting, if the information gonna pop on the platform, someone's gonna go speak about it, and that's the marketing we're gonna try to rely on. But yeah, right now we are focusing to deliver for the users the information that is valuable to them, because
I can agree with you, and I know that what is worth to mention that the dev team is closely cooperating with the marketing, right? And we know that, for example, if we delivered, for example, the group, this is why we delivered in the first place right after the bets, the groups function, because you can imagine that, for example, Wall Street Bets, for example, will realize, the community of the Wall Street Bets will realize that there is, for example, place that you can be safe, you have all information of the market, and you can create your community there without any precautions. For example, if you collect, you create the action like GameStop, right? So this is why we want to make sure that people will see that, okay, this is the good place to start our community, and dealing with the idea that we want to spread that the retailers should have the same access and information in the market like the big ones, right? So this is why I think that in the first place, we are focusing on a tool, right?
Exactly. This is the most important. Than if we gonna we're not gonna burn money on that, because as we can see, we definitely gonna put some money to reach the international audience, but it is very, very important that when this audience will be reached and they're gonna access our platform, it's just not gonna bounce from the content that is there, you know. So we can't really have the unprepared stuff ready for them, especially if we're gonna attract, for example, big players like Wall Street Bets community, which we are currently trying to reach out from them to, you know, just to tell them like, look, we have a platform from your same space that you can operate on. And like this platform not necessarily need to be for the all day, because after the GameStop action happened, there was a lot of people, the community of the Wall Street Bets really diluted and separate themselves. But we want to reach the core of the Wall Street Bets and to show to them that there's actually a safe space. But yeah, the tool needs to be prepared for that. The functionalities of the tool needs to be fully operate, especially the encryption. Every end-to-end encryption could be fully prepared and ready to get access. So we make sure that all the functions that are needed to that we present, that we offer, are ready for the users.
Okay, yeah. So I think we already, this is enough for this question, I think. So any other questions, guys, or I don't know, maybe David, Mateusz, do you want to add something? Where we are waiting for the question?
No, I think everything's clear.
You know, guys, we are living in a basement. It's quite hard sometimes for us to say something more than one sentence, right, David?
Sure. Well, I can just add that I think that news that was said a few moments ago, that some sites just shown our platform, it's like a snowball effect or like a domino effect, that if one, let's say, news site just writes about us, then the other one is gonna try to catch up, and the other one is gonna try to catch up, and so on and so on. So it's just, I think it can just, let's say, burst itself, like something like that. Just we need to have some good content, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, because like you can imagine, like David, you know, mentioned, the domino effect is quite big right now. We don't, I think, expect the information like that on our platform so early, and the effect that's just caused on all the media in Poland, and this is why you're asking why we are focusing the tool, because if somebody will, you know, check the platform because of this information, and this platform is not, let's say, good enough for them to stay a little bit longer, then we lose the potential user, right? If the tool and the platform is ready and we will have information like that, then people want to stay and read more, you know, because they have they have the, you know, they just realize that you have the place that you can find information more faster and, you know, better than in the normal media. So this is why we are focusing on tool, right? Okay, guys, because I don't see any questions. So once again, thank you very much for this live. Thank you, Maciej. Thank you, David and Mateusz. Like always, great to have you guys with me. Yeah, so see you next week. Please remember to subscribe our channel and join every live and ask the questions, right? And please follow us on the Twitter, right, Maciej?
Exactly.
And I just want to remember that the website bigsb.io, it's for you. You can just share the information on the Facebook, on the Twitter, on any other places by using the standard World Wide Web URL to make sure that you can share something more about the platform and it's not connected with the Tor network, right? Okay, guys, thank you very much once again. See you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.
Bye.